Hi, I'm Tarek. I work for Titan Travel. We've been in existence for about 40 years. We do escorted touring all around the globe, so global operation, and I head up the marketing function. I've worked with Sleeping Giant Media for about 5 to 6 years now. They do our organic search as well as other bits and pieces we need. So data, we can always call upon for data, as well as projects like the website migration. So I heard about Sleeping Giant Media through a friend of mine. She came to the organisation and understood our needs and requirements and said feel like you need an agency that fits the company's culture more, and I absolutely agreed with her. So I initially set up a meeting with Sleeping Giant Media. Luke and Masoodin came down the first day. We'd just done intros. I'm on a crisis team here because we're a global operation, and I had to cut it short because I had to go off for a crisis. So that didn't start well, but after that, it didn't stop the relationship from blossoming, and it went on from there, really. So we really wanted to work with an organisation that understood what our requirements were, and the big requirement for us was we're a global operation. We're not huge. Therefore, our budget's not endless. We had a massive over-reliance on paid search. So we wanted to not only get away from that, but also we wanted to work with a company that could almost upskill a lot of the internal stakeholders to understand, what organic search could do for the organisation long term. For a number of years, we've been working with various digital agencies actually. So it wasn't that, we need something done and let's go and look for an agency. We had continuously been reviewing our agencies for a while now. And what really stood out with Sleeping Giant Media was I didn't feel like we were going to be overshadowed by large organisations. 2 was just the impression I got from the agents, definitely experts. And 3, and most importantly, I just liked the people. It was just, speaking to the guys on a daily basis. They understood, what I was trying to get, our vision, but it wasn't flowered up by too much bureaucracy or paperwork, and it was just simple to work with, which was what we wanted. We work with Sleeping Giant Media predominantly on organic search, but we do, call upon the data side of stuff. So Chris, like I was saying, the data team has been phenomenal in helping us. We also call upon the content team to write stuff at times. 5-6 years ago, before we started, very clear on what our vision was, and that was to move away from over-reliance of paid to a more balanced approach, strengthen our organic positioning, and we're a global operation, so we couldn't bid on everything. So we wanted a long-term strategy that looked at search holistically and really gave us the roadmap to say, this is how we think you need to go about it. So 5-6 years, we've gone from almost non-existent listing on certain pages to our key priorities, which were on pages like 48 to 50, we're now, page 1, top position. So that's the big win for us. It's not having to pay over the odds for words that we have amazing organic rankings for. A lot of our competitors, and generally our landscape, is round about page 50. So if we can move it to page 1, and also some of our competitors are very, very big brands. So they're already on page 1, they have that brand equity. To be there and competing with them, it feels we're, holding our own. So yeah, very positive that we are in a position where we can compete with much larger organisations than ourselves. What I would say is that it's not one thing that I will point to, because I think that would do an injustice to what we have achieved collectively. It's been a real culture of continuous improvement for ourselves, and really Sleeping Giant Media taking us on that journey. So from day one, we were, it was very much, where do you want to be visible? What's that one metric that you really want to move? And for us, we identified that, and that's what we worked on. So over 5-6 years, through all our landscape of search, we've improved. It's not just one project, but we've done a website migration. We restructured folders, we've improved customer experience, page load speed, ranking positions. So it's not one thing, I would say. I think that would be doing it injustice, but we've almost pivoted around and said, let's put organic search at the heart of what we do, right from how we name our products. That's a massive culture shift from us to really say, let's involve, the guys at Sleeping Giant Media. Let's get their recommendations as the first point of call. So really shifting the whole culture of the business. With Sleeping Giant Media, I wouldn't say it's customer service, because I don't like being seen as the customer, and it doesn't feel like that. I've always felt, and so do the guys within the team, that it's just an extension of ourselves. So if I had any issues, I know I could pick up the phone and have a conversation, with whatever member of the team there is at Sleeping Giant Media. They get the business, they get the organisation, they understand where we're coming from. We've got set goals that both teams work on. So it doesn't feel like a customer service. It's very much around an extension of your team. I get prompt responses, or I get the same responses as I would get from my own team. But the thing that I really genuinely honestly is the work ethic, honesty, openness, and generosity of time, and skills. A lot of agencies do ask me, because we work with quite a few agencies, around recommendation, and I don't often recommend agencies purely for the fact that inherently comes with a responsibility, and because I don't want to be held accountable for any issues down the road. But with Sleeping Giant Media, I would honestly say I have no reservations whatsoever. Expertise will shine through. From day one, the expertise, and I think that's the key thing for me, was expertise, the people, and the fact around promptness. So I think they're the main things. But as people, genuine, honest, and transparent, and I think that shines through in anyone you meet in the organisation, and approachable. So for me, there's no conflict, there's no issues of recommendation of Sleeping Giant Media. They should just come and speak to you guys, and they'll understand from day one.